Hunger is not just an emptiness in the stomach. It's a weight that settles in the bones, a slow gnawing that whispers, you have nothing left. The kind where the world moves around you, but you feel like a ghost, floating unseen, unheard. I was at the lowest point of my life, living on the streets, sleeping on footpaths, scavenging through dumpsters for food. The kind of poverty where even hope feels like a luxury. But even in those days, even in the harshest moments, Allah never left me alone. He sent his angels in disguise. One such moment, one I can never forget, happened on a day when my stomach had been empty for 24 hours. My body was drained, my head throbbed, and hunger clawed at me from the inside. I stepped into a small restaurant, hesitating for a moment before walking up to the counter. The menu was a cruel reminder of my reality. My fingers pressed against my pocket, feeling the few crumpled notes that were all I had left. Just enough for the simplest of meals, 2 plain parathas. I counted the last of my money, a dull weight settling in my chest. Just enough for a cup of tea. It meant complete emptiness afterward. No food, no money, nothing for the next 48 hours. But my head ached so much that I decided I would endure the hunger. I'll fast the next 48 hours, I told myself. A quiet sigh escaped me as I motioned for the waiter. 1 cup of tea, please. As I waited, my eyes met those of a man sitting a few tables away. He was a stranger, yet when our eyes crossed, he nodded with a polite smile, a customary greeting in this land, a simple acknowledgement of existence. I returned the gesture, then lowered my gaze, my mind weighed down by the hunger curling in my stomach. The waiter placed the plate before me, 2 golden crisp parathas and a steaming cup of tea. To anyone else, it was an ordinary meal. To me, it was a king's feast. I ate slowly, savoring every bite, letting the warmth seep into my very bones. I knew this would be my last meal for a while, so I stretched out every moment, every morsel. By the time I finished, the restaurant had emptied, leaving me alone in the quiet hush of the late evening. I walked to the counter, reaching for the last of my money, but before I could hand it over, the cashier shook his head. "It's already been paid for," he said. I blinked. The words didn't register at first. Paid? By who? Then he gestured toward the empty table where the man had been sitting. "The gentleman sitting here earlier." I froze. For a moment, I just stood there, gripping my money, staring at the man who was no longer there. A nameless stranger, someone I would never see again, had covered my meal. The lump in my throat grew too large to swallow. My vision blurred as my eyes welled up. I stepped out of the restaurant and into the night, my feet carrying me to the same footpath where I had spent countless nights. The moment I sat down, I broke. Tears streamed down my face as I whispered, "Allahji, you are always here." That night I cried myself to sleep, not from hunger but from gratitude. That was the first time, the first of many. Maybe you won't believe me, maybe you'll call it coincidence. But this wasn't a solitary incident. In my time in Lanka, this happened again and again, different places, different people. But the same act of kindness. No matter how desperate my condition, I was never truly alone. Allahji was always watching over me. I know what it means to be truly hungry, to feel the sharp edges of emptiness pressing into my very being. But I also know what it means to be fed by divine mercy, to be held by the unseen kindness of my Rab. Now, years later, when I sit in a restaurant, whether a high-end place or a humble roadside dhaba, I watch. I wait. And before I leave, I quietly pay for someone else's meal. Not out of charity, but out of remembrance. Because once upon a time, an angel in disguise did the same for me, and I know without a doubt that it was Allahji who sent him. There might be someone out there like I once was, and maybe, just maybe, I can be their angel. Thank you for watching aikdastaan, where every tale is a testament to the human spirit and every voice resonates with the truth as they perceive it.